personal trainer with Mountain Girl Fitness in Broomfield, Colorado. Today we're going to go over some basic exercises that we see a lot of people doing incorrectly. And these are things that are going to bring you in my office and you're going to need my help after injury. And these are things that she wants you to do correctly while she's helping you get stronger. So we're just going to go over some basics. I'm going to do the exercises and Amy's going to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you need to do right.
All right, so first exercise that we see a lot of people doing incorrectly is a push-up, okay? Especially women, ladies, you know, we're a little weak in our upper body, so sometimes our push-up form isn't the best. So when you're starting out doing push-ups, ladies, it is okay to do them on your knees, okay? Proper form on your knees is much better than improper form on your toes. So Kara's going to start out, and basically the thing that you want to make sure is that you're stacking your wrist over your shoulder over your wrist, okay? And that your butt isn't in the air and that you don't have a strange sway in that back, okay? That is not a proper push-up. So she's going to hinge forward, she's going to drop down, do a push-up, and come back up, okay? Simple, simple. Once you start to master the push-up on your knees, then you can go and start doing the push-up on your toes, okay? Guys, if you want to start on your toes, totally fine. Do a nice push-up that way, okay? So the next one that we're going to do is, I won't make you demonstrate that one. Okay. Next one we're going to do is crunches and sit-ups, okay? The major thing that we usually typically see people doing wrong is they're resting their hands behind their head and they're pulling and squeezing up on their neck. So proper form for that. Yeah, you want to rest your temples, rest your hands on your temples, okay? Keeping your gaze upward, and you're just going to do a nice little crunch up, squeeze that core, okay? That's a nice crunch. Same thing for sit-up. If you're doing a full sit-up, really try to work on keeping those heels on the ground, and also hands on the temple, not squeezing and pulling on the neck, and also not throwing those arms, okay? You might have to work on it a little bit. 5-10 sit-ups with proper form, just like that. And she's going to work towards being able to do it every time without bringing her heels up. Okay? Next one is a plank. Again, there's 4 different variations. Kara's going to start with the basic, easiest variation first on her knees. On her hands, okay? Same thing again. We want to make sure we're stacking shoulder over our wrist and that our butt's not in the air and that we don't have some strange gap in our back, okay? Once you master that, the next progression is to come down onto your forearms. Same thing. Notice that she's not letting her back sag down. She's squeezing her core up and holding it tight. Okay? Next variation, if you want to amp it up a little bit, come up on those toes, come up on your hands, drop down. Good. She's going to push her weight through her heels. Okay? She's going to hold and squeeze tight. Again, next progression, she's going to drop down onto her forearms. Same basic form throughout the whole thing. Okay? Again, squeezing and holding tight. You notice that she's not dropping her back down. There's not a big sag in that. That's very, very important. And also, again, making sure that her shoulder and her elbows are stacked. Okay? Next one, lower body. Moving on to our lower body. Squats and lunges. Typically see all different sorts of odd forms when it comes to squats and lunges. And the most important thing is to protect your knees, okay? You want to track your knee and make sure your knee's not coming out over your toe. So Kara's going to come over here, do a nice squat. She's going to drop her butt back. I'm going to step over here. Notice how she's dropping her butt back and sinking back behind, okay? Keeping your chest up. If you are in front of a mirror, you want to make sure that you can see your chest. That's a really big indicator. It's also going to help you breathe better. If your chest is up, open up that airway, okay? The next one is a lunge. Again, simple form. I want to keep it simple. When she steps out, we want to make sure that that knee is not coming out forward over the toe. Okay? So, good. Just like that. And she can show you on the other side, same sort of thing. Okay? Now, the lower you go, obviously, the harder it is. If you're just starting out, you don't really need to go that low. It's better just to have proper form. So that's lunges and squats. Next major one, which seems to be a big craze these days, is the kettlebell, okay? It's a great, kettlebell can be used for all different sorts of things, but the main one that we see is called the kettlebell thrust, okay? It's basically a squat with a reach up. So she's going to squat down. As she comes up, she's going to reach up. Okay? So she's going to come down. Then she's going to come out of that squat and reach straight up. Okay? Proper form there. Again, you notice she's not using too much weight, and she's not doing one of these. She's not bending over and arching her back in a funky leg. Perfect. All right, so moving on to arms is our basic tricep extension, which we see this most commonly. So I'm going to switch places with Carrie here.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want to have your arms up over your head. Okay. She wants to make sure her elbows are pointed forward. It's very important. If you do this in front of a mirror, you want to be able to see those elbows in that mirror. Okay. This part of her arm is going to stay nice and solid. She's going to drop those weights back right behind her ear and extend up. Okay. Again, what tends to happen is if she has too much weight, she's going to come here and she's going to do something funky with her back. She's going to reach forward. She's going to bend forward. It's just going to look awkward and be funky. And then you're going to have to go in and see her at her office.
Right.
Okay, next one, biceps. Guys are typically the worst offender with this.
Indeed.
Okay, because they try to lift too much weight. Okay, the idea is to do the motion with the arm, not the legs, not the back, none of that.
Not throwing too much weight because you can't get it with your biceps.
Right. So she's going to hold nice and solid, do nice slow rep up, nice slow rep down. That's the other thing is you want to make sure that you're not repping it out too fast. Okay? Oftentimes I see people doing it really, really fast like that. You want to resist the weight on the way down and bring the weight all the way up, the full range of motion.
Too fast reps combined with too heavy a weight, that's how tears happen. Not so fun.
Right. So, and you also want to do full range of motion without locking out your elbow. Okay? So all the way down, don't lock out the elbow, all the way back up, nice and slow. Okay? And the last one is shoulders. So see all sorts of, again, a lot of times improper form is due to using too much weight. So lower weight with really, really good form is much better than higher weight and really bad form.
Yeah.
Okay, so with shoulders, oftentimes on a shoulder raise, she's going to shrug her shoulders up, she's going to do something funky, she's going to start getting her back into it, front raise, leaning back. So it's just have the proper weight and also proper form. So she's going to come forward, same thing with any sort of anything. Shoulder press as well, same sort of thing. You're going to come here, you're going to come here, bring it down, nice and slow, again without getting funky, because everything is connected. So if she's holding her shoulders weird and shrugging them, they're going to go up into her neck, and it's all connected, and you're